Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, as I shuffle the cards, I'll let you know of all the planetary alignments and the energy that's available for you to tap into. But if you don't want to hear that, of course, please fast forward until I show you the first card, okay? So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding their month ahead? Can you please show them and guide them through April 2025? Well, April has literally sprung upon us, and we've officially started a new astrological year. The sun has moved into the sign of fiery Aries, so it's time to embrace your inner rebel and expect your energy levels to rise, rise, rise. Now, over the last couple of months, of course, we have truly been dealing with some very challenging energy. But the eclipses are now out of the way for now. Both Mercury and Venus turn direct by mid-month, of course. And, this will lead to a rare occurrence where all planets are direct, which means personally it's full steam ahead. So I'm not surprised to see the Chariot card for you, because you're definitely making progress in some area that is your purpose this month as well. So any confusion or worries or anything like that, I feel like you're overriding that and everything becomes clear and you're moving ahead. So this is very exciting for you. Now, this is a period to set you up nicely for the rest of the year. It allows you to move ahead. It allows you to shine. It is definitely a payoff month for you as you take charge of your life, lead with passion, creatively embrace your hobbies as well, and set your sights high whilst boldly striding towards accomplishing your goals. This is the month to get assertive, to really carve out the life that you've been manifesting and set yourself up for positive change. Now, Saturn and Venus conjunct the North Node this month, Rahu, of course, which is pretty intense and really is a big deal, as it has not occurred since 1968. Now, we only need to look back at that period in time to really understand the challenges the world faced, or even witnessed, shall I say, to realize the similarities of what we may encounter ahead. But on a personal level, expect some serious soul searching about where you see your future heading and where you feel like you truly belong. Saturn will be really strict with you this month and force you to take a long, hard look at where you aspire to be, but also help you plan and put things in motion to be on track. So it's really super positive. It will also help you break free from any challenging karma. Saturn delivers consequences for negative actions and rewards you for positive ones. Venus, however, will also make sure that you're making the right decisions to do what you love from your heart space, to really harmonize your life and take the edge off the karmic exchange. So you may make some serious life-affirming decisions during April, where the universe will offer you fated opportunities as well as connections to make things happen for your highest good. Now, Neptune has officially moved into the sign of Aries, and this is a transition that takes 165 years to complete, so it really is a fresh new cycle. However, with all of this fiery energy whizzing around suddenly, there is the potential for the odd clash or argument. So it's perfect to channel your energy into healthy pursuits to fulfill your needs and purpose, otherwise it can lead to a bit of frustration. Now, Neptune is the planet of inspiration, but it's also, about breaking through an illusion, shall we say. So you're going to get super clear on your goals and dreams. It actually influences you to concentrate on those goals, and partnered with the high octane passion of Aries season, it makes sure you're productive, to take action, remain focused, and leave any temptation to procrastinate in the dust. Now, we also have the super new moon in the sign of Taurus on the 27th of April, and this attracts new money, encouraging new money-making ideas, maybe even tax rebates or small increases in finances, checks, or even bonuses to manifest in your life. You'll really leave April super proud of all that you've accomplished and look forward to all that is yet to come. And of course, Venus has been retrograding until now, so if you've been feeling that languishing malaise recently, well, this season is going to jolt you back into rediscovering, that passion, that joie de vivre, and that playful side to seek out new adventures. And if you want to meet a soulmate or even meet a soul tribe friend for life, this is really a strong time to build relationships. It's where they are formed. And of course, existing relationships are given a reboot of excitement as you dust off any humdrum energy. Now, you may feel more flamboyant, bold, and daring, so it may influence you to bring some new additions to your wardrobe, or change a style, or add some colorful flair to the way that you express yourself. And of course, the universe will respond to this energy by sending people and opportunities your way to enhance your life experiences. Now, on a global scale, and please fast forward this part if you don't want to hear it, Neptune in Aries often mixes a whiff of evolution and revolution to the air. This will see the collective awaken at greater speeds. It's really a time for shattering long-standing illusions, exposing secrets, scandals, even redacted documents come to light, and of course hidden information are revealed as well, even highlighting where areas are broken to push for societal change. Expect strikes or boycotts in various industries during this period, a push for fairer working conditions, and even pushbacks on technology cornering the market to limit the chaos of redundancies or severances. Now, Pluto's opposition to Mars on the 26th of April might also add some bumpy energy, exposing hidden financial truths that are needing some course correcting, especially with trade frictions. And we could also see a triggering of an unexpected power struggle, increasing a domino effect of conflict too. Hope I'm wrong on that, but I do see something brewing here. Anyway, we also have some major solar flares to contend with during Aries season, which is already triggering unusual, unseasonal weather events, as well as increasing seismic activity and volcanic activity as well. Now, this may briefly impact travel industries, of course, at some point, as well as the usual power outages. And of course, every day we're hearing about some sort of major shift all over the world. And I did foresee in my channeled messages last year and underlined that 2025 is the year of fire and water. And we've already seen a lot of that going on right now. And I also see a significant event where marine life unusually beach, indicating a major tectonic restructure involving an underwater volcano. Always look to the animal kingdom for behavior. They are instinctively making moves before the world shifts. And of course, the earth, it shifts all the time and it removes pressure. But this is a global awakening of the tectonic plates and a restructure, symbolic perhaps of humanity's restlessness with the way things are right now. The pressure is super on, and shifts of change are upon us to forge new landscapes for the positive. But on a personal level, this month ushers in a fresh new feel to trailblaze adventurous pathways to all that you desire. April reignites your zest for life. Expect a flurry of activity, events, invitations, festivals, new experiences and opportunities to keep you on your toes and actively keep your life moving forward whilst having fun along the way. And your first card there is the Judgment card. So I would say right now that you're reaching for something more in your life. The Judgment card is a card of purpose. It really indicates that you're listening to your soul's guide. It's like you're on track with what you desire. I mean, some of you with that moon energy, you may have felt a little bit lost in nostalgia or feeling a little bit bereft. It's like you have a goal, but some of you in those quiet moments, you're feeling like, well, what's the point and what's the purpose? Okay. I feel there is an energy with that Two of Swords. Some of you may have felt a little bit at stalemate in your path where, you know what you want to accomplish, but you may feel like somehow you've been on hold, or you feel that things have been at a stalemate, that, you're frustrated, you want to move forward with something. Well, April is the month where you get the thumbs up from the universe. So a lot of you are like judging your situation, taking stock of life right now and the next steps that you need to take. Now, of course, the Judgment card is all about rebirth. So that's like new energy. It's like an awakening to new information. It's about letting go. It's also about self-analysis, where you really are kind of like realizing that something within you has changed. You're not the same person that you were a couple of years ago. And I feel like you're a very strong, independent person. But of course, there's a little bit of caution there. So it can be that, humanity, we all went through something major a couple of years ago, of course, and whilst you've moved on from that, it can be the haunting energy of like, what if something else occurs in the future? The, uncertainty of the unknown. That's something that's coming up in your reading for some reason. Perhaps this is something that's been on your mind. It feels like these deep thoughts about the world and the uncertainty of like, before like 2020, for example, we all had a path and we were on that path. And of course, sometimes it's uncertain, that path. We don't know how we're going to get somewhere, but we're on a path, right? Everything we know is like heading in a certain direction. And of course, there's so many other layers to life, but then suddenly something outside of ourselves that we had no control over suddenly like changed everything. So it can be that for some of you, you're looking at the nature of change and certainty and stability, because you do have that moon energy, you have the Two of Swords and the Three of Cups. And a lot of you, it's more connected to, your friends, your family, your soul tribe. So some of you may have had some sort of like distance between friendships, or the nature of your friendships have evolved from a previous experience, and now you're really like taking stock of these things. It's like you lament this experience as something that has intrinsically changed you, even though it's like a layer of you that perhaps you have buried, because the moon card is to bury feelings, and it's like you're just getting on, you're just getting by, but there's always that like little root thing within you, like maybe even taking stock of things, of like preempting changes in the world's future. I want you to be aware that that will rob you of joy, and it will like breed fear. So I want you to be aware that I feel like you're in a really good place right now, and I see that you're protected and directed. This card means that you're protected, basically, and that's why the energy is coming up. And this may not resonate with everyone, but it's something that is coming through. It's like you are kind of like guided, protected. It's like you have a long lineage of people who walk by your side in strength towards a goal or a dream. It doesn't have to be that you're uncertain about the world either. It can be that you're feeling a little bit like uncertain about your path right now, and you're doing some deep thinking. But also your fourth house is governing you at the beginning of the month. So these thoughts may be very philosophical about your stability, about things where you feel like home, or you feel stable, or you feel it's a slow process to get to where you want to be, because that fourth house is really asking you to make some moves in life to secure a foundation. But I do see that you are in a secure foundation. To get the moon card twice in a reading indicates some level of caution or uncertainty, or maybe even fear of the unknown, because it can be the hidden. We sometimes fear the hidden. So it could be that you're making a decision right now and you're judging a situation, trying to strategize the next moves ahead, but there's no guarantees. Life doesn't give us guarantees, okay? But I can see that, you are being looked after and you're being guided, and you're going to move through this uncertain period towards, your passions, towards hitting your targets, your goals. I mean, this could manifest that you're trying to like launch something and you're not sure how it's going to go. You feel very uncertain. You don't have all the answers right now, but you're backing yourself. You're taking that first step. The Knight of Wands indicates that, you're here to live a life of passion. You're on top of your goals. You're going to move forward with that joie de vivre. You're going to be very locked on to being very productive and making progress. You're determined to have new adventures or be independent or be unstoppable. And it's like, even in the face of the unknown, you're still moving forward. So I don't know who needs to hear that message, but that's something that's just come through there right now. Okay. And I see that you're moving towards everything that you love, that you desire, whether that's, a new start, because we have the Fool card there. We have the King of Coins. A lot of you, this could be a new financial start for some of you. I mean, a lot of you there, especially if you're in a career, because we do have that King of Coins energy, it can be that you are contemplating a move in your industry, okay? You may see that there are some changes going on. The Moon card, it can be that, there are some universal kind of changes or fluctuations going on in an industry where things feel very uncertain. So it's like, can you take charge of your destiny before these changes? So if you're putting your resume out there, finding new opportunities, for example, I see one coming on in where it's a lot of status, a lot of money, you're attracting more. So once you get into a role, because you're very intelligent, you have a lot of knowledge and you're very gifted as well. So I see you stepping into some sort of new role or opportunity that brings in a substantial amount of money. There may be some sort of travel or move connected, or perhaps you have to go a little bit further in the distance to get to the working environment. So it could be across town or maybe in a different state or a different country for some of you. And it could be an offer that's offered to you and you're like, this is a great deal, but it requires change. And I feel like you're up to the challenge, and it's going to be so rewarding for you and your family if, of course, you are traveling with your family, or you have a family that are dependents, for example, children or your partner. I really just get this energy of an opportunity to increase your wealth coming on in. So if you come to this reading right now and you've been feeling like you've been drifting, you've been searching for a job, if you've been made redundant, or you have had some sort of change going on and you've been trying to go from interview to interview and see what fits, I feel like this month is different. It's not what fits that happens for you this month. It's what is right for you. It doesn't just fit. It's more than you wanted in the first place. I feel like you're not settling for anything, but there may be a decision. So it could be two options, because you have a lot of duality cards. And what I mean by that is the Judgment is weighing up options. You have the Two of Swords, which can be, there's two things you have to think about. And of course, you've got the Chariot card, which is a directional gauge. So it's like, do I take a left or do I take a right? And, this person is strongly making a decision with their inner compass. And the Judgment card is reflecting on the path that you feel is your purpose. So I feel right now, no matter what you're connecting to this month, whether it's a job, whether it's a decision, I feel like you're leading with purpose and you're making the right decision. You've been guided to take this first step on this decision as well. So I feel like you're leading with passion. Now, of course, a lot of you with that Judgment energy and the Moon, some of you could look at the world and think, you know what, life, it's changeable. Life, it can turn on a dime. However, you're going to make the best out of the journey that you have. And the Knight of Wands indicates that you're ready for new adventures. You want to experience new things. You're opening yourself up to the alternative. So it could be that some of you are traveling to a new destination. Maybe you're tying up loose ends, being really organized, getting everything sorted before you take a vacation. Okay. And it's a earned rest, let me put it that way, because the Moon twice can indicate a lot of you are drained, you're exhausted, but also I'm getting this energy of trialing new places, new restaurants, pop-up exhibitions, maybe going a little bit further afield to see new things. Some of you could be having a staycation in your country of residence and exploring that country a little bit more, because sometimes, you know, we don't readily look at what's on our doorstep. We always go a little bit further afield to find adventure. So I just feel a lot of you are like locked into a bit of adventure this month, but you're not like forgetting about where home is. It's like you need a base in order to be able to springboard from. So that fourth house of yours is really going to stabilize you, but it's also going to make you think about domestic things like decluttering your home space, you know, spring clean, you know, making your home your sanctuary, doing some DIY, for example, maybe even setting up a business from home for some of you. And it can be that, you know, you may have like a duvet day. What I mean by that is some of you may take a day off from work just to like poodle around the home, you know, get some things organized, or just like really reconnect to the home space. You know, even if you are someone who's retired, it can be that at the beginning of the month, your fourth house is making you kind of like reorganize things, or give a room a new look of paint, or like open all the windows to get like a fresh new air into the energy, maybe even cleanse the home space in some way, because I really feel this is about where you feel like you belong. And because that fourth house is influencing you, a lot of you, there is this energy of movement. So, you know, you could be contemplating a relocation, because we have that Chariot card there as well. And I feel like you're going to find a property that gives you a wonderful fresh new start. It may even be closer to where you grew up for some of you, because we have the Fool card there. So it can be like a trip down memory lane, or it's a place that you've always wanted to live in since you were a child. So it could be that you had these grand ideas when you were a child to relocate to another country, or intuitively, because you're actually very psychic, my beautiful Cancerians, it can be that intuitively, even from a very young age, you knew where you would either retire or where you would live one day. It's just like you're making those moves to make that happen. And if you're already there, it can be that you're expanding on what you've already accomplished there too. Because I see a lot of like movement, progress, but also reward and victory. Some really great news coming on in for you. I mean, the Fool card and the King of Coins, a lot of you, this is the start of new money, or new money making ideas, or a new business. So you could be launching that. Right now you could be in the judgment stages of like pushing past procrastination, or looking at what's been draining you from making the first step on something. I really feel here that you're making a decision, strategizing, and the Moon card can also be that you're deciding to romance your life a little bit more. You know, our energy is not always pulled into doing things. It doesn't have to be that you're connecting to a job or to money. Of course, we need those things because we have to pay bills and all of those things. And I feel like your fourth house is really going to make you focus on like cash, property, your bills, repayment plans, you know, anything that keeps life running smoothly and things ticking over nicely there as well. So you may actually downsize a repayment plan this month, something that perhaps has been at a certain level for a while. Suddenly you may pay it all off because either you get a bonus or a windfall in something, and it just sets you financially free, and you may be able to save more money, for example, for a new purchase. Some of you are actually purchasing a car this month. I see a new car here, and you know, I feel with that Fool card and the King of Coins, I mean, it could be quite an expensive car actually, but you will find a really good deal for it. I feel anything that is like overpriced, of course you're not about it. I feel like you do not compromise luxury or quality, but you do find a discount. Okay, that's something that's coming out there as well. Now, the Moon card is an interesting card because it is your protagonist energy. So I do feel like you're trying to romance your life a little bit more. April is a month where you're being bold and daring. We all sort of invest in our inner rebel during this month. So this can be you pushing for change, or trying to romance your life a little bit more, or seeing through the illusions in order to make progress, or in order to work something out that is in your benefit. I mean, the Moon card energy can also be that a lot of you are kind of like judging yourself and looking at your life, taking stock of things and holding yourself to higher standards. And it can be that you're cutting out something that's draining your energy. The moon is a draining energy. You know, it cannot shine all by itself. It requires the sun for a light source to be seen, for example. So it can be that you're trying to identify something that's been draining your energy, whether it's a person. Some of you, it's that you've been on the go. You're like super busy and you haven't had time for yourself. But I feel like you're going to find time to kick back, relax, and take stock, develop your higher learning, and also connect to your intuition on a deeper level. The moon card is an intuitive, instinctive energy. So if you're trying to make a decision, the answers are within you. The moon card is like take stock of things, really dive deep, a deep emotional dive there for you to tap into your emotional compass. And that instinctive intuition is going to help you make a decision so that you can move forward and make a lot of progress there as well. Now, of course, when you get the Knight of Wands, this is like you being on the go. It is a very productive card. It means you're going to be super organized, you're structured, you're leading with passion. So I feel a lot of you could connect to a hobby this month that actually, you know, helps you meet new people, is what I see. I see you being a little more sociable at the end of the month as well. But the Knight of Wands is determination. So it means that you have a vision. You know, the moon card is all about the vision. It's always connected to water, and it's connected to your sign as well. So, you know, when I scry in the water, I see visions, and I feel this is you like seeing your vision, tapping into your hopes, dreams, and wishes, especially since your 11th house is governing you, which is all about, you know, what you desire to achieve or what you see for your future. It's also about leading with joy, you know, what makes you happy, what really reignites that spark in your soul. And it can be that, you know, you're stronger in your manifestation skills during this period. So I would say set an intention, especially in and around this period, because we've just gone through an eclipse season, and normally on the moon card there is an eclipse, okay? But I would say in and around for you this period up until the full moon, you are so connected to manifestation. And I would say set an intention and watch the universe send you opportunities and people to accomplish that. I feel like, yes, you're going to be on the go, you're going to be super busy, but also I feel this is about you like leading the way, charging forward. I mean, this card also indicates flamboyance. So it can be that you're going to add more color or flair to your wardrobe, express yourself in a new way. You know, I feel like you are kind of not being distracted on something. I feel like you're like locked onto a goal and you're making it happen. Also, for some of you, if you're single, I see you meeting someone who is going to really flirt with you, okay? This person's going to make their intentions known. It may not be readily available to you at the beginning because you're feeling like, oh, they're flirting, what's going on here? And I feel between you and this person, there's a lot of chemistry, right? This is a card of chemistry. So if you're looking for love, I would say that you and this person, you're going to take it slow, of course, but this person will reveal their intentions to be true. King of Pentacles energy is someone who is around for the long term, and you may actually go traveling with this person, and I feel that they're a good match for you. So strong time for you to meet a soulmate, especially after Venus goes direct, because Venus retrograde, it's harder to meet someone who is aligned with your life goals. But I feel as we move into the direct phase of Venus, it is going to be easier for you to meet someone and you're going to move forward. Now, if you're already in a relationship, I see you and your person really having a major conversation, either about traveling or being more nomadic in your life. Some of you may be thinking about relocating. I feel there's a big conversation coming about a move with you and your partner. And it could be that you or your partner get an opportunity that is so much money, it makes good business sense for you to move. So it could be that, you know, you have to navigate the pathway ahead, but a fresh new start and new money is going to feel really awesome. But it may change some things. And of course, as a water element, unless we're in charge of the changes, water elements don't particularly like change, Cancerians. I feel like you don't like change unless you've decided you want change. But the Judgment card indicates you do have a decision to make, and you will decide what is right for you, and you get the best from the situation. So I feel a lot of you, whether you've got a partner or not, I feel this is you trying to be more flexible in life. I feel like you're making a lot of progress this month. And I do see here with the Fool card, there's a lot of fun to be had, but the King of Pentacles also tells me that, of course, you're locked onto your responsibilities, paying bills, administrative tasks, emails, calls, all things like that. But I do see, especially if you're in business, I see like some sort of promotion. Okay, so I feel there could be a new office, new start, or something that comes left field out of the blue that helps you make progress. This could even be in a new company. So it doesn't have to be in the one that you're in, but I do see that there is opportunity to be fluid within that company that you work for. If you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, I feel like you could like meet a very strong alliance in your industry, someone who is very influential, who actually opens you up to unlock more money or more status in your industry. So it could be a client, but it could also be someone that you find online who you admire and you see the direction of their career, and it could be new information that helps you take things to the next level and straight to the top. Now, of course, the Knight of Wands is all about passion. So whether you're in a career or not, or looking for a job or not, or retired or not, this is a card of moving forward, but also having a lot more energy this month. So if you have been feeling drained, I feel like you identify a source of what's been draining you. This could be that your hormones have been like fluctuating, because the Moon card is an ebb and tide. You may find that at the new moon, you've got a lot more energy than a full moon, because it can be that that's a draining time where we're releasing, energy, we're releasing emotions, we feel more sensitive in and around a full moon. But when it comes to the new moon, it's like suddenly you're taking charge, new projects, and I definitely see here that you're setting an intention for yourself and there's an adventurous approach to it. So I feel a lot of you, there is this duality energy about you. So it could be that some of you are thinking about doing something like freelance or moonlighting. It could be that you're taking up second streams of income or launching something. A lot of launch cards going on in your reading. And the Moon card, let's not forget that the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's normally a dog and a wolf on that card. So it can be that there is a strong pull towards domesticity. The dog is all about comfort. It's about companionship. It's about settling down or being a person who has a base, for example, the home life. And of course, the wolf is about being independent, about being free, about going out there and seeking new adventures and being curious. But the Moon card is like, there is a pathway right down the middle. Can you have the best of both worlds? It's really healthy to tap into both sides of yourself. So, in terms of career, it can be that some of you are doing something it's kind of like sustainable amount of money coming on in, like where your paycheck is coming from, but also you could be launching like a second stream of income, passive income, or something that ticks over on the side that is not as frequent as the other one, but it still informs your bank account, because this card is like multiplying wealth. So a lot of you are going to tap into that Taurian new moon energy where it encourages you for new money making ideas. Now, of course, even if you're retired, this could be that you're selling items from the home space. It could be you're decluttering or downsizing, and you are going to, offer pre-loved goods but get money in exchange. For some of you, even if you're retired, this could be a passion project that you're connecting to right now, and you may not realize that actually you could make money from it. You're just doing it because it, sets your soul on fire. You're really interested in it, but it's something that can have a financial payoff, and it can just like line your financial pocket, as it were. But the Moon card, to have it twice, I feel this is a very sensitive month for you, and your 11th house is a sensitive house. So I would say you're going to, feel a little bit more sociable than usual, okay? But also you're going to be more philosophical than usual about your place in the world, about your dreams, about your goals, but also about how you feel. A lot of you, there's a very cathartic feeling going on where you're releasing something that has been challenging, okay? And with that Two of Swords energy, this can be something that has stuck around with you for a long time, something that has been hard to contemplate, something that has been like on your mind for some time. And with that Two of Swords, it's in the reverse position, which means, basically, if you've had some sort of confusion or you've been overloaded emotionally, it basically means that you are kind of like moving on from this. You know, you're overcoming a challenge. I see a lot of you, there is this energy of like being dormant or on autopilot for some time, because sometimes we're just doing life and we think, okay, what do we want for the month ahead? And sometimes we're like, well, it's just going to be more of the same, isn't it? I've got a goal. I'm just going to keep moving towards that goal. But I feel something about you is different this month. You know, in this card, there's a volcano. So it's like still waters run deep, and you are someone who has a lot of depth to you, but you may have felt that, you know, behind the scenes, you've been working on something, or you've just been contemplating something. There's been a stillness in your life, or there's been something that's just been at a stalemate position or hasn't been moving forward. And it just feels like your passions are erupting this month where, you know, things are heating up for you. I feel like your dreams are becoming more of a reality. And the moon card often means that something behind the scenes is being orchestrated towards you. So if you've like applied for a permit for something, but you haven't heard, this is the month you're going to get the thumbs up. You're moving forward with the permit and you get, you know, a good deal. For some of you, if you've been waiting for a job of your dreams, this is the month to find it. If some of you have been waiting for love, I feel like, of course, you haven't been waiting. This is a card of like just doing life, okay? But it can be that something comes left field that you were hoping for this month, and the universe says it's time. You know, the candle has been lit. It's still burning. You haven't given up on something, but it's taken a long time to get there. This is the month where you're going to see evidence on the material plane that, you know, a pathway is forming and that you are taking the necessary steps to make it happen. You're bold, you're daring, you're making life happen for you, and I feel there's a lot of exciting things ahead for you too. Now, Two of Swords in the resistance position, I would say here, especially with the Three of Cups, there may be a friend or someone in your immediate circumstances who tends to not really compromise, okay? That's the energy I'm getting. It feels very much like you have a very diplomatic conversation with this person, or it's like, I don't want to say passive-aggressive energy. It's almost like if you are someone who always says, hey, should we try that restaurant across town? And it's new and it's, you know, exciting. I just want to check it out. And there's a friend who's like, yeah, you know, I'd really love to, but, you know, maybe I can only do this place that's closer to my house and I don't have to make so much effort. And it's like, it always has to be on their terms. And you're kind of getting a bit fed up with that. That's what I'm seeing here, because you have a Three of Cups, which can be a friendship circle, or it could be someone in your family unit. I mean, it could be a group of people that you are connected to, and you're like, someone always wants it on their terms. Well, I feel like you stand up for something that you want to do this month and you push forward. It's like you're not compromising. Two of Swords is like you're not compromising this time. You normally are someone who is very kind of like nurturing, supportive, and you are compassionate with people's needs. But I feel like a lot of you have been compromising either something you want to do or having it that you kind of like factor in someone else's needs all the time. And this month feels very much like, what about my needs? I want to go to that restaurant. I'm going without you. If you don't want to come, fair enough. Or I'm going to find someone else to go with, but I'm going. I'm not going to change because you just like don't want to make the effort. So I just feel here that by you standing up to this, it changes this person's like process. It's like suddenly they don't have it their own way, and it sets them thinking. And this person actually, it's like they'll have a new perspective and they don't want to miss out, because I don't normally get things like this in the water when I'm scrying, but I'm getting like FOMO, fear of missing out. This person, it's like they want to come. They wanted it on their own terms, but when they see that actually you're not going to compromise your decision or change something to factor in their like uncompromising ways, shall we say, I feel like they suddenly go, oh, okay. They may put up a little bit of a moan or a grumble, okay, but ultimately I feel this person, that's the end of them having it on their own terms. You're like, nope, not allowing it. It's almost like you may have been enabling a behavior, like unconsciously enabling this behavior because you didn't want to rock the boat, or you just really care about this person and thought, okay, you know what, I'm happy to compromise, but you are feeling it's too much. So yeah, there's something here where this person kind of like stops the resistance. Let's put it that way, okay? Now I'm going to pull a card on the two moon cards because this can be that you're very cerebral, you're deep in thought, and, you know, very sensitive about your path. I mean, a lot of your thoughts are about your sense of purpose, you know, about your legacy. So some of you, you know, I mean, for some of you, you may even be planning your birthday, your next birthday. I know that your birthday season doesn't start till June, my beautiful Cancerians, but it could be that you're planning your birthday or you're planning something, getting organized on something. But also I feel some friends may be planning something as a surprise. I probably shouldn't say that, but because the moon card is a hidden energy and we got two of swords, no one's talking about it, and we've got the three of cups, this could be like you're busy planning your own birthday or like deciding what it is you want to do for your birthday season. I mean, it could be something really small for yourself. It could be a new adventure. A lot of you may be planning a travel because we've got the Knight of Wands there and the Chariot card. So you could be planning a vacation, for example, that kind of starts in June. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there. But there could be some friends behind the scenes who are also planning something. And then suddenly, for some of you, not all of you, there could be a clash. Now, I know that we're doing the reading for April, but some of you, if you are kind of like planning something for yourself, regarding your birthday season, which is like months away, of course, I would say drop a hint to a friend and say, oh, you know what, I'm thinking about going to, and then just throw it out there where you're traveling to or what you're thinking about doing for your birthday, and perhaps maybe tell them the rough date that you're doing it, because I feel like they'll need to know because they are doing something really special behind the scenes for you. Okay, so there's something that's coming out there. So yeah. Ace of Swords, Eight of Swords. Now, Ace of Swords is about communicating your truth to transform a situation. And the Eight of Swords there is a stuck situation or something that you feel is always the typical norm, right? So again, it applies to a friend who never compromises. And I feel something you've been feeling stuck in or that you've been kind of like on autopilot with, there's going to be some transformation. So I would say new documents, new information comes in, a letter, phone call, email that helps you release, you know, a stuck situation or helps you see through something you thought was true but isn't. I need to clarify that because it's almost like the moon can represent illusion. So sometimes we can have an idea of what something could be, but we don't know the truth of the situation until we really find out. So, for example, if you're planning to purchase a car, right? It's like, okay, there's a rough estimation of how much a car should cost based on the brand, the model, the year of the car, and the mileage, for example. However, it can be that if you really like look a little bit further, a little bit deeper at the car that you want to purchase, you may find that there are some things that need fixing. For example, there may be some things that are not major, but, you know, perhaps if it was brand new, maybe they could charge that price. But when you really dissect the details, you kind of see through the illusion of the price and go, actually, this has to be changed or this has to be fixed. And actually the price should be this, not what you're asking for. So you kind of like transform through dialogue, like bartering, okay? And say, okay, you know, I know the price is a price, but this is what I found. You know, you didn't think I'd discover this information. It's almost like by digging a little bit deeper, you're going to be able to find the truth of a matter so that you don't get stuck in it. So you get a better deal. So that's something that's coming out there. I mean, swords are very cerebral. So I would say Ace of Swords, some of you may literally be thinking about something that brings fear or anxiety because the moon card can be the hidden or the unknown that makes us all feel a little bit uncertain and a little bit worried, for example. So it could be that worry keeps you stuck. Eight of Swords is like a punishment, or it is a self-imposed restriction, for example. Sometimes thoughts can prevent us from moving ahead. So I would say that you may have an idea, or you may be feeling like you want to launch something or do something differently, and you're just contemplating with that Judgment card. The Moon card is like you're trying to find out all the details, even the hidden ones, and you will make your decision to move forward. But if you are constantly feeling like anxiety or like cautious, then of course we'll always be in the same position. Okay, because caution will just keep us stuck in fear. It will trap us. You know, sometimes the Eight of Swords can be analysis paralysis. It can be that there's so many options that we find it hard to really choose a path. And sometimes we sit on the fence. And I feel this month is about you not sitting on the fence about something. It's like you're all out. You're just making things happen. So that's coming out there as well. Now, Ace of Swords actually is really positive because it means something is changing for you in a really positive way. But it can be that you're taking responsibility and action for something that you have contemplated for a long time. The universe supports this, and there's going to be a win, a victory with this. So I would say there's some really good news. Also, Eight of Swords and Ace of Swords can indicate that some sort of letter or communication gets stuck in the mail or lost in the mail or gets put on hold. Okay, so it could be that if you have a parcel that is due to come to you in the month of April, it can get lost in customs for a little while, for example, while they investigate whatever they do. Okay, so it could be that it's on hold. It's suspended in transit, shall we say. You'll still get it, but it feels like it could be like delayed. I hate to give that message, but it's something that I see there. So if you have something important that you want to purchase for somebody, either a birth date, celebration, feast date, or even for yourself, you know, I feel it's important to get it in early because I do see it being like held at customs for a little while, especially if it's overseas, okay, like an international delivery. Same as if you're sending something. I just want you to be aware of that too. Now, for some of you, not all of you, and I don't like to give this message either, if you had like a procedure booked, okay, like an operation or something, Eight of Swords, it can indicate that, you know, there is a temporary kind of pause, or, you know, there may be like a reschedule. This could also be that you had it rescheduled and now it's happening. Okay, so I feel there is time for convalescence. Don't try to rush back into the fray. You need to take good quality rest, is what I see. Two of Swords is like slow down. It's like pause. Sometimes the universe says pause and means it. Otherwise, you may have a setback. So if you are having some sort of procedure or you're having an operation, because Ace of Swords can be that, I want you to be aware. With that Eight of Swords, it's like, okay, you know, stop. Just like protect your energy, like calm down and, you know, convalesce. So that's something that I see coming out there as well. 8 is the number of the self. So I see a lot of you like taking care of your own needs during this month and implementing like self-care rituals, for example. But a lot of you, I feel this is about expanding your mind, new knowledge. So you could be really voracious for knowledge, like submerging yourself in a book, maybe writing a book for some of you. It could also be that you're expanding your mind through like higher education or learning, okay, that sets a foundation for you to move forward on something. Now, this could be a self-help book to help you move forward from difficult feelings or emotions. Doesn't always have to be something that is going to like help you get more material finance, for example, or abundance. So that's something I want you to be aware of as well. Now, I really feel here with these 3 cards in the resistance position, this can mean that for some of you, it's like something has been put on hold, something that you will celebrate. Now, this could be literal, like you have paused a celebration, and when you spend time with your nearest and dearest, you will celebrate, okay? So it could be a delayed kind of like exciting time or an event. For some of you, it could be that you're working behind the scenes on something right now and you've been putting off going out having fun because you want to lock into this goal. You want to complete it before you go out there and enjoy yourself. So I feel like you will complete this and then you'll be on to the next. 3 Cups indicates some sort of celebration or win or something to be excited about. And it's something that has felt at a stalemate for some time. So whether it is, you know, you've been negotiating a deal on a property or a car, or whether it's that, you know, you've been trying to get a promotion and it's just been like on hold, or it's always like on the horizon and you're never quite grasping it, whether it is, you know, the house of your dreams, whatever it is, it feels like the universe is sending you some sort of news that you've been waiting for, and now it's celebration, okay? Three of Cups is also to fall in love with your life and things developing in really exciting ways for you, where you will share some sort of news that everybody will celebrate, okay? So for some of you, this could be that you are organizing your wedding. For example, if you're with your partner, it could be that, you know, it's going to be a wonderful new start. Then you're going to be off on your honeymoon, for example. You could be trying to get everything in order, making sure you don't forget about anything. There's going to be like push and pull on prices. There may even be like something that you thought was available may not suddenly become available, and you have to find an alternative. But the alternative that you find is better than the thing that you thought you had in the first place. So that's something that's coming through. Don't sweat the small stuff, because I feel like it's all going to be organized. It's all going to be fine. But looking at your energy, it feels like you're pushing forward. You're making changes. You're locked onto your goals. And the Three of Cups indicates a lot to celebrate. And then you're on to the next. It feels like a milestone energy for you during this period. And some of you are actually going to receive some sort of gift or present from someone. That's what I see there as well. That's a gift coming through for you. But that's like a byproduct of the month. I feel more than anything, you're leading with passion, you're ambitious, you're moving forward. And some of you could also be trying to be more nomadic in your life. It could be that you want to, you know, move to a different country or work on the go, for example, or you're just trying to go on a vacation and enjoy yourself. The Chariot card is success. It basically means something you dedicated yourself to, you forged away, even though the chips were down and things were against you. You had the energy, the tenacity, and the confidence to make progress. And that discipline, it took you to where you want to go. So whatever your idea of success is, you're brave enough to assert yourself and have that willpower to make it happen. And I feel like you're supercharged to make things happen on your own terms this month. And I feel like you're going to get a lot done there as well. Now, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful. I am going to say this. I'm going to pull a card on it. It's something that's unusual that's coming through. For some of you, not all of you, if you have a partner, okay, there can be like a hidden purchase. And what I mean by that is this person may have purchased something that was a little bit expensive, and they will tell you about it. But at first they're like, how do I tell you about it? It's something they really wanted. Of course, if you share the money, if this is your partner, like you're married to this person, or, you know, they're your significant other, you live with this person, I feel like they are going to like reveal that they made a purchase that is a little bit expensive. And it may be something that you are like frustrated about because you're a team, okay? And it's like, of course, someone should purchase something that you want, but if you're both sharing the bills, because the Three of Cups in this position can indicate something isn't shared, or you feel like this person didn't support the information at that time, I feel like there could be a little bit of a heart-to-heart about something. I mean, it's not really negative. They're not like hiding anything else from you. I want you to be aware of that. This person is actually really honest, but I feel like they may have made an impulsive buy. And actually, I feel this person was confused about the price. I feel like they thought it was one price, and actually either there was a hidden like extra to it that they had as an add-on and they didn't realize it, or, you know, they looked at the wrong like sale price and thought it was that, and it wasn't, and they still want the item. So I feel you may have a heart-to-heart about that. That's something that's coming through. You'll get over this, okay? Four Wands, yeah. I feel like this person will return it, and they don't want to, but the Four Wands is a return to something, so I feel this person will return it, but I see that they will have it later on, but at a lower price. So it could be, it'll be discounted in the future. They'll still get it, okay? But yeah, Four Wands, they'll eventually return it. But that's something that's coming through there. I really want you to be aware a Four of Wands is a win. It is a celebration of an achievement. You're moving forward, changing something. And, you know, it could be that you've applied for something, a permit, or, you know, an extension of something, or you're trying to expand your reach in something. Maybe you're trying to like get involved more in the community, or build a soul tribe, or find where you feel like you belong. This is a card of having fun, enjoying the moment, but it's also about celebrating life, friendship, and coming together. And I feel this is about you like having more fun this month and leading with pleasure, but at the same time being in harmony with all your creative pursuits. So this is a great month to like return to a hobby or return to a way of living that you really enjoyed in the past, okay? Now also I see reunion vibes here. So some of you may actually get an invitation to a reunion. I'm actually seeing like a mask as well. So some of you may go to a fancy dress kind of event during this time, especially if you're single. You could meet the love of your life there. That's what I'm seeing there too. I mean, the Four Wands is also like the halfway point of something. So it can be that you hit a milestone. There's still more to go on the path where you want to complete or achieve something, but I feel like you're heading in the right direction. Also, this could be a month where, especially with the Three of Cups, if you're in a high level commitment with somebody and they've been acting a little bit like a bit weird, intuitively you may feel something's off, but behind the scenes this person I feel is planning engagement. Okay, so they may pop the question if you're going on a vacation. So that's something that's coming out there. Please act surprised because I feel, you know, they're going to try and make it really romantic for you. So that's something. I see them like hunting for a ring or something significant to highlight that they are like trying to pop the question. So let's move on from the energy. Your outcome energy, Chariot card indicates fast-paced month. I mean, Knight of Wands, Chariot card, I feel like you got a lot on your plate this month. You have a to-do list, you're sticking to it, you're on target, and there's a lot of options for you to win the day or get good news to celebrate. I feel like there's one piece of really good news coming on in here for you that you will celebrate. You'll literally toast it like, yes, it happened for you. So for some of you, it could be that you're leveling up in your career. For some of you, it could be that you're getting support in an area that you feel like you've lacked support because we have that Three of Cups. If there's been some sort of like a problem with the neighbors or a problem in your working environment or even a group of people in a friendship, I feel it gets resolved in the month of April as well. So if you have noisy neighbors, for example, I feel like suddenly you'll either find out that they're leaving or that they have like realized there's other people living in the neighborhood and suddenly they have compassion and they're like, oh, let's just keep it down. Or they may even write you a note and say, hey, look, we're having a really loud party on Saturday. You're more than welcome to come, but I want to warn you in advance that actually it's going to be loud. We're just going to have a great old time. And, you know, I feel like they may be like just a little bit more understanding. So that's coming out there as well. Now, the Fool card indicates a fresh new start. And you can have fresh new starts in different areas. So it could be that you're looking at rolling contracts this month on service providers or things that help life run smoothly. So you could like renew, because your whole month is about renewing. So it can be like renewing a contract that you really enjoy or a subscription to like something technical. A lot of you could be connecting to the internet or online businesses or, you know, apps that help things run smoothly. Like I'm seeing a very famous app right now that is helping with sleep. Okay, it's a mindfulness app. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not here to advertise for anybody. So I want you to be aware of that. But it could be something that you discover that really helps you sleeping is what I see. But the Fool card is like something new or something exciting. And the Knight of Wands is your intention to discover new adventures. And there is so much potential for you to start new things, to launch new things, to be like in a very playful, open-hearted energy where you receive love, where you receive money, where you receive options and opportunities. So I feel like you're embracing all that life has to offer this month. But You know, this is about taking more risks, this card, and it can be a calculated risk that you're taking there. You've thought about something long and hard. You don't want to allow that over-analysis to trap you in feeling stuck. It's now time to take action on something. And whether it's launching an entrepreneurship, whether it's like moving to a new neighborhood, whether it's connecting to a new training program or being physical, because the Fool card can be to be on the move. And with the Knight of Wands, it can be that you're ramping up your training in the gym, for example, or being more physical or more active in your neighborhood, or more active in your body, or more active on a project. I just feel like you're getting involved this month. You're doing a deeper dive into things that bring you joy, and I definitely see a lot of success and progress. So even if you are investing all your energy into self, you're going to see improvement in yourself. So I see a lot of you also connecting to like detoxifying, decluttering, but I see with so many cups there, I feel a lot of you, well, I'm getting two things. It's like I'm getting like more hydration, but I'm also seeing some of you, if you have like stopped drinking, if you have like a favorite beverage, maybe it's an alcoholic one, if you've stopped drinking for a certain period of time, some of you may like break like a fast, or break that with a celebration or a feast date for some of you. Or it could be that you're celebrating a feast date and then deciding to like cut something out and detox, for example, because I see some sort of beverage where you're like, okay, just this one more time and now I'm done. I'm not going to do this anymore. Or it could be the opposite, because I'm feeling both energies where it's like, okay, I gave it up and now, you know, I want to have it in moderation, for example. So with the King of Coins energy, this is about you focusing on your stability, but also this is the responsibilities in life. And again, with the Moon card being there as like this sense of responsibility, this sense of like keeping life running smoothly, but also you have the Wolf, which is independence, freedom, you know, having the best of both worlds. I feel this is you having the best of both worlds. You know, the Fool card is to be playful. It's to have that childlike curiosity, that spirit of adventure, of saying, you know, anything's possible. And the King of Pentacles is like, yes, I've got experience though, that sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you have bills to pay. Sometimes you have responsibilities. Sometimes you have to create space for the adventure. It's like, get the hard work out of the way first and let the rewards come in, and then you can be free. And I feel like you are forging a way where you can have the best of both worlds. So, I mean, these two cards can literally mean you're doing something that's sustainable and bringing you in solid finances. And now you're curious about another path that can be complementing what you do already, because you have that Chariot card. Things that run alongside each other. Those two horses are running alongside each other. So it could be a directional gauge this month. For some of you, it could also be a course correction. I mean, more than anything, I feel that you're stable enough to be curious and explorative this month. But let me just pull one more card to see a little bit further. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. You know, you're someone who is self-made. You're someone who has shown up for yourself. You have a strong sense of duty and loyalty to your friends. And that's why sometimes it's really hard to kind of like, look, my guys are like, I said what I said. I said King of Pentacles. I meant King of Pentacles, and there it is. So it's shown up again for you. I mean, this is a strong time for you attracting more money in different forms, but also it's a wealth of knowledge. You know, this can be that knowledge is the key to your success. This can be health is wealth. This can be that you are able to step back and observe the next step before you make it. It can be that you're trusting and having faith in the invisible, because you're someone who makes the invisible become tangible. You know, you make the impossible possible. This is you sort of like ready for abundance and opened and aligned for your highest good. So I feel whatever you desire becomes physical. It becomes tangible. It becomes something that, you know, will be sustainable in your life. But coming back to the friendship energy, where you are someone who has a sense of duty, it's like, yes, there is a sense of duty to the people that you care about. And yes, you are accommodating to their needs. But sometimes don't get lost in that. You know, the Moon card can be a very like blurred lines energy where we get lost in always overgiving or always caring too much. And sometimes caring too much, whether it's about a project, a person, or an experience, it can be really emotionally overwhelming. So I feel a lot of you are going, okay, what about my needs? Can I fulfill both? The answer is yes, okay? So that King of Pentacles is showing up, which means you're secure. Of course, your fourth house of stability is making you focus on finances. For some of you, this can also be that you're looking at your finances for retiring. So, you know, the Fool card is a fresh new start. So it can be that you're moving into a different stage of life and you're just making sure that you have the finances to back it up. I definitely see that you have, and you're going to have a wonderful adventure along the way. A lot of you could also be traveling. Okay, so it could be that you're pooling a large amount of resources to bring you and your family on holiday, on a vacation there, and you're going to have a great time. It gives you thinking time, for example, to make the next steps. Now, we do have adventure south, okay? So adventure, of course, is to take a risk, but an educated one. It can be that you're doing something that you haven't done before. And that can be in all walks of life. That's what that, you know, Knight of Wands is all about. Seek new adventures. Inform your life. Expand your mind with new things. Places, faces that you've never seen before. I mean, look, you've got the soul passions. Like, follow your passions. They may lead you outside of your comfort zone, but they're going to be so rewarding. You're just going to be so open-hearted, have that spring in your step. I mean, easier said than done. We all have responsibilities, right? But I feel this is about believing in the magic in life and in opportunities that are going to be delivered to you. You've taken the first steps, and I feel now you're going to see the rewards. But this card, I mean, this card is literally about coming out of your usual parameters. If you think about the nature of an astronaut, they're literally out of this world. So it can be that you're zooming out of the bigger picture in order to see things clearly, but also it can be that some of you felt a little bit dissociated from your world for a while, and now you're just getting back into it. Suddenly, you know, if you've been laying dormant, suddenly your passions are coming to the surface, and you're feeling a little bit more bold and daring and more like your usual self there as well. The umbrella in the center indicates that you are protected and directed, that you are being guided, and you're protected to be curious, to be open to new experiences. You've got this. But also, you know, this is a card that indicates that you may want to try new things, expand your mind, or give wonder to your heart. And I feel this is a perfect month to explore. And you're going to find that you're heading in the right direction, and also the universe rewards you along the way, because the path becomes clear when it's meant to be. And we've also got the soul passion. So with the moon card there, I would say that you're going to be a little bit more sensitive, perhaps even a little bit teary than usual, but this releases pressure. Also, it cleanses your tear ducts, so it's really positive to cry or cleanse there. But also, you know, this can be you following your passion and living your strengths, but also discovering more about yourself. I mean, it's number 14, which is the temperance energy, which means life, of course, it can be led in moderation. But sometimes there needs to be a fluctuation. Sometimes we got to do something out of the comfort zone to keep life interesting. If we always do routine and repetitive cycles, life can get a little bit stale or stuck or boring, and you're meant to be in the ebb and flow. There's a time to rush forward and a time to relax, and I feel like you are really tapping into your intuition on that as well. But this card, you know, it literally means that you're reigniting that spark. What is it that's important for you? What is it that really sets your motivations on a high kind of like energy level where you know that you want to move forward? Like, you're living a purposeful life, and I feel like you're learning to express yourself and your passions. And I also see there is a gift forming for you, and it's not just a gift from a friend. I feel there is a transformative experience here where you are changing your world, and things are going to work out as planned, and maybe even better than you thought in the first place, because the Chariot card, the Fool card, and the King of Coins is basically like, okay, I'm making a decision. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it, and I'm open to possibility, so I'm being flexible. And the King of Pentacles is like, well, here's the reward. You're going to expand on opportunity. You are consciously aware of the need to stay grounded in all your duties, but you're also opening yourself up to more. So I'm quite excited about your month. It feels like a lot of things are happening. A lot of changes are happening for your benefit. I'm seeing lots of butterflies around you, not just in that card. You're going to see lots of butterflies. And I'm being given this sense of like, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to outgrow something. It's okay to shop around. It's okay to just like do everything. Everything is possible. So, oh my gosh, look. I saw a mask in the water earlier. We've got a mask here. So some of you are definitely going to go to some sort of fancy dress event, or you're going to be invited. I see invitations there. Could be a reunion, but I also see more like a celebration. Also, this is like removing the mask, being your authentic self. If there's something you really want to say, but in order to keep the peace, you've been holding back, this is not a month for that. Diplomatically, you're saying, okay, look, I understand your needs, but I've been compromising my own. And now, can we find a happy medium? And I feel like you are going to be able to do that. Also, we got the owl. So I definitely see new knowledge, wisdom. Okay. Also, I feel like you may be keeping your eye on something. What I mean by that, because we got an eye right there as well. I mean, some of you could be looking at your eye health. I'm seeing a splinter as well. Random. Or it could be symbolic of something got under your skin, or someone who gets under your skin. Maybe you're watching that person and their intentions. You're wondering maybe what's their motive. So I feel like all will be revealed. The moon card is like something hidden is revealed for you. But also, if you get a splinter, of course, it's important to get it out because you don't want it to get toxic or septic there. If it's something that's not coming out, I mean, this is a little friendly reminder to seek medical help there. I don't see anything negative there, but I just feel like you need to get it out. But this could be also symbolic of you like releasing a thorn from your side, whether it's an experience, a person, or an environment. So this owl is definitely new knowledge, expanding your mind with books, soul searching, and submerging yourself in higher learning, or learning more about yourself and having the wisdom to like take charge of your life and head in the right direction. I feel like you're on the right path. Okay. And of course, I feel like you're making some wonderful additions to that path as well. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Before I go, a friend will reveal a secret. What is this? It could be that they've been seeing someone behind the scenes. Okay. Or, maybe this is you as well. For some of you, you could be seeing someone behind the scenes and now you want to get it all out in the open. But I actually feel more than anything, it's a friend or someone in your social circle has been doing something like on the sly or behind the scenes and they reveal it. So a secret comes to light for you as well. So I'll leave that there before the reading gets longer and longer and longer. I always give you what comes out. I don't like give you just a quick burst of something. You can always come back to it if it's too long, but it is what it is. So thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. I hope there's something in there for you. Thank you so much, and love and light.